You are now listening to Feeding Off Each Other.
Snow day!
Whoa!
It's a snow day.
Let's start. We're here.
So excited, guys.
Because
Why
it's
are we
snowing.
doing this? We should be outside building a snowman.
I know, it's a snow day.
Yeah.
Like all the schools are closed.
It's amazing. It's a rare occasion in Vancouver.
It really is.
But here we are, trapped inside. We closed all the windows. We can't see outside. We're just in our dark basement. Welcome to Feeding Off Each Other, the weekly podcast where we feed off the talent, humor, and knowledge of people who are better than us. And hopefully we have some awesome stories by our guest today. I need to memorize this. That was my best.
Hey, you were off the dome though. That was pretty good.
Off the dome.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Fire, bruh.
I am Matt Dennison, and I'm joined by
Bazinga.
David. No longer has COVID. Did not die from COVID.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
I didn't die. I almost did though.
It's Corona time.
You playing this the whole time?
Hey.
Jason's
Yeah.
going hard.
Time
Jason's
right
been
now.
practicing. And
all I
I'm
do.
joined by Jason, the tool man, Lucas.
Hold on.
We've been busy in the studio. We've been building stuff. I saw Jason hold a drill.
That's not true.
You held a drill once. You
Yeah.
drilled some holes.
It was
Yeah,
just
did
for
some
vanity
things.
photos
Yeah.
though. He was just like
Yeah. And then
Doing
you had
like
to fill all
James-
the holes with putty after.
doing like James Bond poses with a drill.
Looked like Swiss cheese in here.
This is our first podcast where it actually looks like how it should look.
Yeah, it's way more complete. It was close last time, wasn't it?
Pretty close.
It didn't have
It's pretty
pictures
close.
in the
We were
frames.
missing the pictures.
Yeah.
We have some new lights now. The camera's actually in focus.
Was it not in focus?
No, I think it was soft on Jason
Jason?
last time.
I'm just soft.
And then last time the mic covered my face the whole time like this. That was not good.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
Also, for some reason, you looked really red.
That was shy.
You were just embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm curious though how many people listen versus watching, and if it even matters if we're out of focus.
I can tell you the exact numbers if you want.
No, not in the pod. Don't disclose this in the
Okay.
pod.
Like
It's gonna
10,
take you too long
10
to get through all
million.
the zeros.
Yeah. I want to alert the audience that's watching that my favorite part is Chuthers on the wall.
So we got to give a shout out to Brooke. Brooke killed it on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
All this fantastic art. All this art is made by Brooke. Apart from a couple photos, there might be who took the photo of me doing a backflip?
Haley.
Haley?
Or Ollie. Oh, maybe
Haley or Ollie?
Haley or Ollie. That
And
was in
then
the Elliott Red Park tour.
There's one little photo of Kaz. It's actually a screen cap. It's Kaz playing the keytar on Lonsdale Key. Hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
the keytar.
That's a
How do we
life-size
not think
photo.
spelled Quuay.
That's from Time to Buy an E-Bike. And then we got the sticker bomb behind us.
Mhm.
Fantastic. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. Now we just need to do
Oh,
1,000 of these in a
yeah.
row. And maybe we'll
there you go.
legitimately be at 10 million listens.
Yeah.
Maybe.
10,000 podcasts?
I'm in.
I don't know when we want to do this, but I have a fun fact of the day that relates to our guest today. Do
Okay.
you want to hear it?
Sure.
Or is it too early? Do we need to like introduce him to tie it in?
We could acknowledge him at this point. It would be good to hear from him.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wise. He's very good at being quiet. Usually
Yeah.
our other guests, we tell them like, hey, we're going to intro you. Just like, don't say anything until we say, get through your intro. And then immediately they start talking. But today he's doing very well. He's behaving himself. I think for that reason alone, we should intro him and allow him to speak.
Dave, you should do the intro because you missed
I don't.
the
E-
last couple.
I don't even have it open.
He's going to start with a huge phlegmy cough.
I'm actually worried I'm going to sound phlegmy at some point.
There it is.
Oh, God
I
damn
see
it.
it.
Okay. You want me to do the
Yeah,
intro?
you do it. You do it.
Okay. This is a blind read, and I don't even know if it's accurate.
Blind.
Oh, wait, no,
I
I
can
actually-
see.
I actually rewrote some of it.
Perfect.
Okay, you ready? Today's guest started from humble beginnings growing up on the remote coastal island of Haida Gwaii, BC. While satiating his appetite for outdoor adventure, he also caught the entrepreneurial bug and started Overland Outfitters with his wife, a business that specializes in servicing and equipping Toyota trucks for overlanding. What initially began as a rooftop tent rental business in his garage has blossomed to a successful storefront and multi-vehicle workshop. He's a business owner, mountain biker, video creator, dog father, and we're lucky enough to call him a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Braeden Hitchcock.
Wow. He's here.
He's here.
Jeez, that was good.
I don't think I've ever been introduced before.
How did it feel?
Felt illuminating.
I was actually getting out of breath saying all those words.
It's like COVID.
It actually is.
How you doing, Brady?
Good.
I think we
yeah.
asked the best person to drive out here to be on the pod in the snowstorm. You had no
Yeah.
excuse.
No, I didn't at all. That's the one thing about our business is we never have a snow day because everybody wants to get there in the snow. So, yeah.
The only excuse that I guess would have been valid is if there was a traffic jam.
Yeah. Which was a concern, but the highways are actually good. No problem.
Was it? Jason, you said it was a nightmare out by your place?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuck cars here in North Van. It's hilly, so a lot of people try and send it down those hills. And then I just heard they closed the Lionsgate Bridge
Oh,
because of chaos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was getting pretty backed up.
Yeah,
It's-
but you made it.
Yeah, you made it.
yeah.
It's like coming to school on a snow day. We're sorry. We dragged you all the way out here.
It's okay. This is the school of life, you know?
All right, so I
life.
have my fun fact of
Oh,
the
yeah.
day. It's Toyota based. I asked ChatGPT to give me a Toyota based fun fact.
This guy's cheating.
COVID killed his brain. He can't think for himself.
ChatGPT is the Ouija board of technology.
It really is. Okay. So from ChatGPT, here's a fun fact about Toyota. The company's name was inspired by its founder, Kiichiro Toyota. However, when it came the time to make the logo, it was Toyota spelled with a D, like Toyota. The designer decided to use a T instead of an O because in Japanese it's considered like good fortune to have 8 strokes in your logo, and Toyota written in katakana, which is one of the Japanese writing systems. Kaz is over here just judging.
This is verbatim what ChatGPT wrote. All of this, even the
Yeah.
Kaz thing.
It required, like, when they write Toyota with a T, it's 8 strokes, so that's lucky. So they went with Toyota with a T instead of a D.
Interesting.
There's your fact.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you know.
School of life, man. School of life. Hey, come on, give him some credit. He's short of breath, okay? He's doing the best he can.
I'm trying.
Cool.
How are you doing, Brady?
Good. Yeah, good. Things have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, my truck is in tiny little pieces. So, things are in balance,
What do you mean by that?
As in, nothing can be too good,
No, what do you mean by it's in pieces?
Oh, yeah. So,
I understand what balance means.
yeah. I don't know. I had to
like
break
one
it down.
side weighs as much as the other.
Yeah, the truck is literally like every piece that can be removed from a truck has been removed. The frame is over here, the cab's over there, all of it. So I'm building the truck from the
The
ground
blue
up.
truck.
The blue truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
I'm building it into like hopefully the ultimate overland off-road truck.
Oh,
but
are you
we'll
doing
see.
the is this like the race car? Like the buggy thing? Or is
It'll
this...
be as close as you get to a race car without actually racing it.
Okay.
Ideally. I mean, we'll see how far the money goes, but
Well, you've wanted to do this for years.
yeah, it's true.
Dream comes true.
Yeah.
What car is it? Or truck?
It's my Tacoma. It's 2006. So I've had it for 13 years. 13 years, yeah. Yeah. So
Why are you doing this?
it's a great question.
It seems like a
And
nightmare.
there's no valid answer. I just like to suffer. Yeah.
Well, there's got to be something to it. I mean, you want to drive it when it's all done. It's going to be a more capable truck, I assume.
It's true. Yeah. But will it ever be done? That is the question.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you're documenting this, I assume.
Trying to.
Yeah.
I'm finding it hard to like build a truck while videoing myself build the truck while also like getting everything out of the way to run a business, So a lot of things to balance. But
Yeah.
Everything in balance,
That's right.
Like,
Yeah.
A good friend told me that once.
Man, if I took apart my truck piece by piece, yeah, it would be going straight to the junkyard after. Unless Brady wanted to put it back together for me, but
No.
I do not consider myself a car guy whatsoever.
No, me neither.
Not even a truck guy, despite my wheels.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brady.
Yeah. No problem.
Maybe I'll learn something today.
Yeah, I've built 3 out of the 4 vehicles sitting on these chairs.
Yeah, that's crazy. You're the guy.
I have a Honda. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I used to have a Toyota,
The Rolls Royce?
the Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's a nice
The
car.
2003 Toyota Corolla. It was definitely a car.
The old Corollas actually had a 4x4 option.
What?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, we used to have one. We'd rally around in the bush.
How old?
I think it's 80s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like old.
Before my time.
Yeah.
So tell us about growing up in the bush, okay? Because I've heard some stories. I don't think Dave knows much about your upbringing.
I know nothing except for Haida Gwaii.
Yeah. Makes sense. You read it. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, tell us briefly about it growing up. What was it like growing up north?
Yeah, it was great, honestly. It's like probably the best upbringing I could hope for. Is just my town had 350 people in it or so. I think the whole island about 4,000, at least at the time. And yeah, you just become like super close, tight knit family more than anything. So like I have friends that I grew up with that are like my brothers and sisters. And yeah, no internet. I think they only just got cell phone service. Like maybe, well, now it's like 10 years ago, but you know, that's not that long ago in the grand scheme. And yeah, it's crazy. Just like there was no internet, no satellite TV, nothing like that growing up until I was a bit older. But yeah, so if you wanted to do something, you'd go and hang with your friends or go out in the bush or go on the beach or whatever. Nobody cared. Like you could just go out as a kid into the forest, and it's not like you're going to get abducted or anything. So yeah, it's pretty good.
I remember you telling me about ferry rides. Was that to get to school?
No,
Or-
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, these were long ferry rides.
Yeah.
This was just to get to the mainland.
Yeah, to get to the mainland's about a 7-hour ferry. But if there's like a storm, the Hecate Strait is one, I think is, somebody said is like the 3rd most dangerous body of water in the world, something like that. So sometimes
Hold on,
they're-
Dave wants to make a pun
Oh.
real. Oh, I thought you wanted to make a Hecate pun. Sorry, I saw it brewing. So I thought you were gonna beat me to it. So the guy who discovered that body of water was like, Hecate, let's sail across. Let's find out. Sorry,
Dave, can you make a hackathon?
He already did one.
sorry.
Yeah.
I just saw like him foaming at the mouth, like, oh god, man.
I wasn't.
That was just COVID.
I literally wasn't thinking about it at all.
Sorry, just had to ruin the flow. Of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, anyways.
this body of water, third most dangerous in the world. Why?
That's what I
Because-
heard. I think just the weather changes really fast.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'd be on the ferry for like, I think the longest I was on the ferry was 32 hours, like anchored behind an island. Sometimes you would get on the boat and you would go to your room or whatever and sleep and then wake up and you haven't even left yet because the storm would just come up in the night.
Jesus.
Wait, so can you describe where Haida Gwaii is?
Yeah, if you go about like halfway up BC
Mhm.
and then turn left onto the west coast and then take a ferry.
The ferry's out of Prince Rupert?
That's right, yeah.
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 Which, yeah.
So,
So from
that's where
here-
you're going to the mainland, Prince Rupert.
Yeah.
Right.
So, which is still a pretty small town.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
middle of nowhere. So, yeah, the nearest Costco is another 8-hour drive to Prince George.
That's how I measure all distances.
How tourist friendly is Haida Gwaii?
It's very friendly to tourists. Yeah, but the journey there is treacherous and difficult and long. But
How do you
Yeah.
get there?
well, all the usual ways, like a train. No train. Sorry, I lied. First one I said was a lie. But you can get there by plane or by boat, driving on the boat, walking on the boat.
Pogo
Yeah.
stick.
Yeah.
Underwater pogo stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you could swim. I have a friend that I grew up with that kayaked from Prince Rupert to the island.
Jesus.
Cool.
So,
Did you live there when it was called Queen Charlotte Island?
yeah, so that's how I knew it growing up.
Okay.
But it changed after I actually moved away.
Wait, I didn't
Yeah.
know that it's the same place.
Same place. Yeah.
My mind is
just
blown.
learned.
life,
I
Dave.
learned.
My mind is blown right
yeah,
now.
me too. Me too.
Holy shit.
Have we not heard Queen Charlotte Islands then for a long time?
Yeah, they've been just chilling on
Wait,
that?
hold on. Did you guys like go to school or?
I was out of school by the
No.
time that would have happened.
Okay. Yeah. What do you remember anything from when they changed the name? Like, what was the I don't know, what was the talk of the town around that time?
I wasn't really there
Okay.
anymore, but I do know that like, yeah, it was just like at the time where they were changing a bunch of names around BC to be more like respectful, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's kind of nobody really cared that much, I don't think.
Wonder how much money that costs for everybody to tear down their signs on the front of their store that says Queen Charlotte Island and tear down, or like their checks or whatever, you know?
The main town is still called Queen Charlotte City.
So
So well, actually, that's a funny thing because we always called it Queen Charlotte City, but then at a certain point, we weren't actually allowed to call it the city anymore because the government was like, "You're too small to be a city, so you have to call yourself Queen Charlotte Village." So, but I don't think anybody listened to them.
Yeah.
Do you know what the mafia called the island?
What?
Call it Haida Gwaii because they, bury bodies there.
So when did you move to? Did you move to Vancouver?
I kind of traveled around a whole bunch
Okay.
after that. Yeah, I graduated and then just left and traveled.
Just on your own?
Yeah, yeah. And I worked all over the place, just doing jobs. And then I'd travel and then do a job and then travel. And yeah, then I ended up here.
Yeah, you had quite a few jobs. I remember you telling me. One of the gnarly ones was like the I forget what you call it. It's not HVAC.
Oh, like hydrovac.
Hydrovac. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that-
sounds like a gnarly job.
That job, like that whatever that micro dirty jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be a dirty job for sure. Yeah.
Just so to tell me about that, you were basically like deep in tunnels, vacuuming up the waste that people are, creating from jackhammers or whatnot.
Yeah, it was essentially you got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Okay, next question.
Yeah. Next. Yeah. This is Matt
Yeah,
answers
it's-
questions for the guest.
Yeah, I think the craziest one I worked on was like under the Ruskin Dam. I was way underneath there where the turbines and stuff are, and vacuuming up. Like you said, the guys are jackhammering all the old concrete out, and I'd be vacuuming it up, and it'd go like 400 feet to the truck. And the vacuum is crazy. Like it's all remote control, but because I'm underground, I had to radio a guy above who would be controlling it. And sometimes that vacuum is like hard to control and it would get stuck to your leg and you're just like, shut it off. And it's like ripping your pants off. And yeah, it was like literally rip my pants off.
I accidentally do that with my vacuum cleaner all the time. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, my dick's in it again.
I always would think about like the in Star Wars, the garbage compactor when they're like, turn it off.
How does a vacuum suck up rock? Like it must be so powerful.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah.
purposely put anything you shouldn't have? Dave, don't answer. In the vacuum,
Not purposefully,
you'd probably
but
get in trouble.
vacuumed
Yes.
up like a radio and like a few things like that. But,
Any other dirty jobs you've had in your time?
not particularly dirty, I don't think.
What was the
No.
best job you had besides the one currently?
Best job I had was when I growing up on Haida Gwaii and doing forestry, running a chainsaw in the woods.
Oh yeah,
That's my favorite job I ever had, including the one I have now. So
I didn't know you did that.
Wait,
Yeah.
you just logged or?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
just- I was never a faller. I was
Mm.
too young. I didn't at that time, but I would do all the limbing and bucking and stuff. And yeah,
What is bucking?
like taking the logs that have been felled and then cutting them into the appropriate lengths to be taken to the mills and stuff. So
Does it bother
Yeah.
you guys the word fell and like felling? Why isn't it just falling? The felled trees, felled trees. Is it just me?
I like
Yeah,
that.
You
word
like
I
it?
like it. It's
quite a bit.
cool.
It's
Jeez,
fun.
Very
All
cool.
right.
They felled a tree.
Super technical.
So at what point did you get into or like fall in love with trucks? I guess this was.
yeah, I think growing up, like we were always on the beach in old Toyotas and stuff. And my dad like is a mechanic and had his own business there. And so I just grew up working on vehicles of many kinds. And,
Car mechanic?
no, like a heavy duty mechanic.
Okay.
Run like excavators and all that kind of stuff. And so I just grew up like doing that kind of stuff and just being into it. And then when I moved to the city, I needed an escape, because going from like a town of 350 people to a street of 350 people is like a pretty big change. So to escape the insanity of the city, I would always just go out camping and stuff. Then I wanted to go further and further and further, and so the vehicles just got more and more burly. So
Yeah, camping is it's a good way to reset.
yeah.
How
exactly.
often are you actually out in the woods?
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing, isn't it? I used to be out every weekend, and then I started a business surrounded by camping, and now I do none of it. Yeah, I try to get out as much as I can, but it's definitely not as much as I used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
So you what was the steps to creating Overland Outfitters?
Yeah. Well, we like we said, it was like we started just in our basement. It was just like my wife and I, Jenna, were both working full-time jobs, and we just were like, okay, we have these rooftop tent things and they're pretty new, and I think people want to try them. So we were just like, let's just like rent them out. And so we started doing that. We bought like 5 of them. We were just like had a little shed in the basement, like backyard, and we just started renting them out of there. And then it got so busy that we just couldn't do it anymore. And we were like, either we like quit this or we go all in. So we ended up going all in and started a store.
How many tents did you buy?
We
the first round?
bought I think 5.
He
Five
just
was the
said
first
that.
one.
He just said
Oh, so
Yeah.
well, it was like 20 grand worth of tents or something at the time?
No, I think that was maybe closer to like 10 with shipping and everything.
Okay.
Maybe a bit less. I
That
don't know.
cost. Yeah.
They gave us a deal, yeah.
Wait, so because I remember reaching out to you guys in 2017
Mhm.
or 2018, because we were doing on a Mahalo a project where we wanted to go camping,
Right.
and at Della with Ollie and Haley.
Yeah.
And at the time, Matt was like, "Oh, we should get like tents, like rooftop tents." I was like, "Oh, I saw this guy, I think through mountain biking, and it was you." And I saw Overland, and I saw like the logo. I'm like,
Yeah.
I think they're like a pretty legit big operation." And I reached out and was like, "Yeah, can
Yeah.
like we figure something out to like work together?" I think
Yeah.
that was probably the first time we talked.
Yeah.
How big were you guys then? Because I was like, "Oh, they're huge, like this massive store."
When did you reach out?
Like 2017, I think.
Yeah, we would have just been still in our basement.
Still in the
Yeah.
basement.
Yeah.
I remember chatting to you for the first time, and you're like, yeah, this is crazy that I started this business and now we're talking to you guys
Yeah.
and meeting all these people.
Yeah, it was crazy. I felt like, because I'm really into mountain biking, and I got to meet some of my heroes, like Thomas Vanderham rented a tent from us, like all these people that I feel like if I had started a bike shop, I never would have met, But because we're like kind of just parallel to biking, people were coming to us that I never thought, and then we got to hang out with you guys, and it's just been a cool journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you filling a niche that not that many other businesses are?
Well, the funny thing is we don't even rent rooftop tents anymore. Yeah, we it was just like too much. It was like we'd get vans come up and it's like they don't even have a rack, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to do this? And we were it was just nuts. And everybody wanted to return the tents at weird times, and it was just too much work, so we just abandoned it. But I guess we're in a pretty good niche now of just doing Toyotas. We're very specialized, and that's all we build. Yeah, there's lots of shops that do the same sort of thing, but I'd say the only ones locally anyway that are like super tuned in on Toyota specifically. So
Did the tents ever get returned really gross?
we never had too many problems, honestly.
Just Jason's.
Yeah.
After that project.
Yeah. Talk about dirty jobs. Yeah.
I didn't rent one because I knew I'd just destroy it.
Vacuum was not strong enough.
Rip my pants right off.
Yeah.
I did picture you in the basement with no pants on at the computer because you're working your full-time job and it just sucked off your pants.
Yeah.
I'm still a piece of garbage.
So where is the rooftop tent trend at now? Is it? I mean, I still see them around. When I got my first rooftop tent, it was insane how much attention I got. Like every person who went by my truck, they had the same questions. I
Yeah.
felt like a broken record. And it actually inspired some kind of comedic ideas.
Yeah.
Because everybody was just asking the same thing every time. And I get it. It's a cool thing. But I don't get that. I don't get those questions anymore. I feel like people now, they know it.
Yeah.
But there's still tons on top of cars.
Oh, yeah. They like blew up. There's like this crazy growth period. And then suddenly it's just like everybody's selling one. Everybody has one. Nobody cares anymore. And now everybody's like, is this even the best option?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't go in a underground parking anymore under a certain limit.
Can you fit in a McDonald's drive-thru?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Well, not the one in Whistler.
Oh,
I
well,
don't
yeah,
think.
that's
That-
an anomaly.
That's the most important one. Also, mileage, terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. You just
Heavy,
put a brick
top
on
heavy.
your roof. Yeah.
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 I feel like no one gets a Toyota truck and goes, this is good for fuel.
No, I feel like sometimes I wonder like why we even like Toyotas, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
You spend a lot of time in the shop.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys, though, kind of started the business at a time when overlanding itself was becoming more and more popular, and people were kind of, whether how they're going super extreme like you guys and going way out there, or just like going to provincial parks around BC,
Yeah.
and calling that overlanding, but wanting to make it their vehicle more capable.
For sure. Yeah. I think we lucked out with the timing big time. And I think there's like, you know, a lot of people wanted to start going further and further off road, and that's really cool. And I think there was also like this kind of switch where all these people that were like into Need for Speed Underground as kids suddenly had to trade in their tuner car for a 4Runner for their family. And now it's like, okay, well, I'm going to build this as like an overland truck. And that it just became like the next JDM kind of thing. So I think there's both sides. There's like the people that actually do it, and then there's the people that are just like driving the city wanting to look cool or feel cool.
You can say me. It's okay.
Can't wait for Need for Speed Overland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would actually so sick.
Have you ever played the game Motorstorm?
No.
Oh,
Bone
it's
Storm?
Motorstorm? It's
No.
incredible.
Never. Need for Speed Underground 2, though? Yes.
Shout out. Oh, transition music.
Hold on.
Yep.
You guys just all looked at me like, all right, Matt, carry this along. What? I'm just listening. I'm
You
just here
usually
attending
have
this-
like a nice little transit. You're like, oh, okay, well, let's talk about
I'm just here to answer questions for the guest on their behalf.
Yeah.
That's what this
Exactly.
is.
I had a question. Is overlanding still trending up, or is it becoming this like almost, because we've talked about this, like a thing you make fun of, kind of like enduro in mountain biking?
Yeah.
You
Well, thanks
know.
for asking, Jason. I can answer that one. Sorry. I'm kidding.
I was pretty interested in what you were going to say.
I was just going to answer that with another question. Is overlanding car camping? Like, what the hell is overlanding?
Yeah. Well, so I think that the parallel with enduro is like super accurate. That's what I always said from the beginning. And everybody's like, overlanding is just car camping. This is so dumb. Like, what are all these nerds doing? And I kind of agree, but at the same time, I'm like, it just doesn't have the same scope. You know, like when I think of overlanding, I'm thinking like Camel Trophy, like driving through crazy rivers and like building bridges and having to like actually figure out how to get where you're going. I think of car camping. I think of like going to the provincial park and just camping there amongst a bunch of other people doing the same thing. So to me, it's different, but I can see where the similarities are. So
What I like about you, Brady, I think what drew me to you is that you're passionate about your thing, but you also love to make fun of it as much as you love it. So you just rip on overlanding as much as
And you questioned why you drive a Toyota, even though
Yeah, I love
those
it.
two things are your business.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, not everything's perfect. It's balance, right? It's all balance. Balance.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff to make fun of. And, you know, we've been talking about this for freaking years now
Yeah.
to make something about overlanding. We're overdue
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
I think this year is the year.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I've said it on the pod now. Now
Yeah.
it needs to happen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
Overland. I feel just like overland people just take themselves too serious. You know,
Yeah.
we're just trying to like build cool trucks and have a good time in the bush. It's not like it's like some sort of like we're not going to the moon or anything. You know.
Well, I remember you describing There's like so many people who make overlanding content and have created careers out of it. But you would make fun of how people kind of treat it like they're in the military. They got like 17 radios on their dash, and they got hand signals and stuff, and they're talking in code and or whatever.
For sure. And everybody in the truck is wearing these and has the mics, so just they can talk to the person next to them. Yeah.
Hey, that's
What is that,
a good idea.
What is that, a helicopter?
Trademark that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a overland podcast.
Yeah, that would actually be really fun.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
And then we'd go do like crazy routes, and we're
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
flopping all over the place.
That would be a good time.
Yeah.
What about like hashtag van life?
Hashtag van life took the world by storm, or at least Instagram. Yeah. Yeah, I got no problem with it, but it's like a totally different genre to me. It's like same book, different chapter. But yeah, van life is more just like, I'd say it's more like renting a motorhome than building an off-road truck.
Well,
So,
van life too.
yeah.
Theoretically, you should be living in your, like, that's your home, right?
Yeah.
Whereas an overland vehicle is like your home for maybe a weekend or a multi-day trip, but you also have another home.
For sure. Yeah.
Do you guys think you could do it? You think you can live in a van? I've fantasized a lot
For
about
sure.
this.
No,
sure.
definitely not.
Yeah, it's
I think I could do it for maybe a month.
yeah.
Oh,
No, before I start questioning.
yeah.
What do you think, Brady?
I think that I could do it at least for like a year.
A year?
I'd say I could do a year.
You would need
You get
to
used to it.
go south, I think, in the winter.
Oh yeah.
That would
yeah.
suck to stay.
Yeah,
here.
it would.
Just
Yeah,
rain.
for sure.
Time.
Yeah, that's I think a lot of overland people's like, at least in North America, their like dream trip is to take a year and a half off and drive the whole Pan America down to South America and ship their truck and all that stuff. I think that's like the epitome of overlanding for a lot of people.
What's the epitome of overlanding for you? What's your dream trip?
Hand signals, radios.
Yeah, exactly. As many like things I can bolt on to my truck. Like honestly, where I'm going doesn't even matter. As long as I can like
I can't tell if you're being serious or not.
have more gear strapped to my truck. That's all I'm looking for. Yeah, no, for me, I think my ideal trip would be like a few weeks of like going into the backcountry and not seeing anybody and like finding cool mountain bike lines and like just doing rad stuff with friends and having big bonfires and wheeling. I don't know.
Sounds fun.
Not just dirt roads, but like actually having some places to go that are hard. So.
But also, I mean, you like the recovery situations where your cars or sorry, I always use the word car instead of truck.
That's all
Your
the same.
truck. Don't you like getting it stuck so then you have to retrieve it? Like, is there kind of like Dave kind of accidentally vacuuming his wiener? It's like, oh no, I got my
Whoopsie.
truck stuck. Uh-oh, better get all my
How did
gear
this
out.
happen again?
Oh no, better pull out my phone to document this just in case. Like, is there like, are you motivated to get it stuck on purpose? Or?
No, never. I never want to get stuck on purpose. Okay. But I think it's more of like everybody wants to be the hero, So it's like instead of you wanting to get stuck, you want somebody else to get stuck, and then you save them.
You bring out your
That's
big old
awesome.
winch.
Yeah, that's the move.
Especially when you're in the Toyota and the person stuck is in the Jeep, the rivalry. And you can
Yeah.
say, oh yeah, I had to pull the Jeep guy out. Yeah, what an idiot. Yeah.
It's like I helped an old lady get out of the snow this year by putting cardboard under her wheels, and I felt pretty heroic.
Dude, you are overlanding.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Yeah.
your mom doesn't appreciate you calling her old lady.
No, she was just some random lady that lives. I share an alley with her.
Was it pre or post vacuum?
What did you say,
Yeah,
COVID?
well, that's how she paid me back.
Just had
Do we
that
have
mental
a
image.
sound for that? Do we have a vacuum or like a Dyson or something?
I don't know.
It was definitely dicey.
What? Okay, so I met a Jeep enthusiast years ago, and I rode along with him, and he did the wave, like the classic Jeep
Yeah,
wave. You see another Jeep,
Yeah.
you got to wave to that person.
Yeah.
Did Toyota nerds do this? Is that what you call yourself? Toyota nerds? Sorry.
I've never called myself that, but I'll take it.
Go ahead, you can use that one.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'd say that you have to be like a certain level of build. I think like if you're just rolling around in a stock Toyota waving everybody other people are just gonna look like you're a little weird. But if you got the tires in the lift and whatever, then you do the wave, like the person will wave back.
What is the wave? What are you doing?
Oh, it's the same. I mean,
You're
they
doing
call it
this?
the Jeep wave, but
Like
usually I'm like,
Do you really?
big thumb up, yeah, baby.
You do like the Toyota logo with your hand. You're like,
I just avoid eye contact. I don't want anybody to see.
when I was in Vegas for a bachelor party a couple years ago, a guy walked up to me and crossed his arms and went, "Tribe," and I had no idea what he was talking about. And then I realized I was wearing a Cleveland Indians hat.
okay.
And I was like, oh, I guess that's the like fan lingo, but I'm not a baseball guy. So that could be, I'm just saying you should create like a Toyota signal.
Toyota. I don't think there's enough fingers to make a
it's like
Toyota.
I
it's
feel
like
this
two
is-
ovals with a circle around it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a T, right? It's
it is.
Yeah.
It is a T. Yeah,
Mm.
And there's some other swoopy swoops.
yeah.
I knew that because I'm the smartest guy in the pod, which we established,
Yeah.
right? Oh, I had a thought about this, actually.
Okay, hit me.
They were saying, who said you're the smartest guy in the pod? Or
David
our
said that.
guests, right?
Yeah.
No, our guests.
And then he backed it up.
No, I said the opposite. I thought
You
it
can
was
check
Matt.
the tapes.
Well, so I think like Dave Mulchard said you're the smartest guy in the pod. He picked it
Yeah.
up right away, and then someone else said the same thing. You're the smartest guy in the pod. I think Peter Chow may have said you're the smartest guy in the pod.
I don't know.
But then you said I don't think I'm the smartest guy in the pod.
no.
You said Matt's the smartest guy in the pod, and I've been
Yeah.
thinking about this. And because you're the smartest guy in the pod, and you think that I'm the smartest guy in the pod, that makes me the smartest guy in the pod, right?
guy's a great big phony!
That's such strange logic.
Yeah, but it works, right? It works.
Does it?
So, anyways, going back to whatever we're talking about, you were saying that people are starting to question: are rooftop tents even the best way to camp? And it got me thinking about all the different ways to camp. Okay, so there's the van life, which
Mhm.
can be pretty sweet. I mean, pros and cons.
Yeah.
You gotta take out your shit bucket. You got the toilet in the back. That kind of sucks. You're living in a tiny space. It's all right. It's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Hammock camping.
yeah. Which
Love
we've done
it.
together.
We have done together.
In the
Yeah.
same hammock?
No, separate. Almost.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
We actually watched Sam Pilgrim. Was it?
Yeah,
Not Sam Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim
Scott Pilgrim.
versus the world. Yeah, together
Oh,
on
nice.
a tiny phone.
In Cumberland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Were
it
you,
was a good time.
were you like an Oreo? Like just
Yeah. I was the upper. He was the lower.
nice.
But hammock camping actually rivals rooftop tenting for me.
yeah,
It's actually pretty sweet.
yeah. If there's no bugs and there's no rain.
You get a bug net.
Yeah,
And then you get a tarp.
yeah, and then you're in a tent suddenly.
No. No, you're floating, man.
Are you floating on a rooftop tent?
No, there's like
A nice soft mattress.
Yeah,
you got, there's a truck underneath you. Come on.
yeah. No, I am into the hammock camping for sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
hammock camping and rooftop tent, it's kind of like they're on par maybe for me at the moment. Just because I'm kind of over my rooftop tent, got really moldy. I need to get rid of it. If you want to buy my rooftop tent, please let me know.
You can just return it to them. It's
Yeah.
a rental.
Oh yeah, do you do returns? What's the
Yeah. It's just 100% restocking fee.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll think about that one. Tents on the ground, not a vibe.
Really? Okay. All right.
What do you think?
I'm into it, honestly.
fine with it?
Yeah, I'm fine on the ground. I think the last time we did a trip together, I was on the ground.
You were the least prepared person on the trip.
That is true, and that is
You brought no food.
You usually are.
You didn't know how to set up your tent.
I didn't know how to set up my tent. And
took a
in
while.
fact, I got it set up before anybody's rooftop.
Did you have a
tents.
sleeping bag? Or did you borrow
Yeah,
one?
yeah. No, I had a sleeping bag, but I
Okay.
had no pillow.
You-
Yeah, and I ended up buying one on the way. Yeah,
That was great.
yeah. And whatever.
You're at the mercy of wildlife when you're on the ground and in the hammock too. You're a
Yeah, the
burrito.
hammock.
Yeah.
You're
I'd say
But
even
I-
more so
What?
in the hammock.
Even more so. Why? Because
Yeah.
you look like a burrito.
Because you can't get out, and then suddenly
Yeah.
you flip over, and
Yeah.
then they're already on top.
and you're just exposed.
Yeah.
A tent, you're like encased.
Yeah, I got these hard walls around me. There's no way a bear and its claws are getting through.
Are the trees the walls?
It's one of the same to me. A bear will get a sway.
No, but they can't see you.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say. I mean, but they can smell.
They can smell you.
They know
yeah.
it. They know you're in there.
They smell your funk.
It's still a barrier. It's still a barrier.
a barrier.
Yeah.
What other type of camping is there really after that?
Bike packing, bivy sack.
Which
Yeah.
bivy sacks.
Excuse me.
That's like the ultimate man camp.
What's a bivy?
Man or woman camping? You're like
Oh, good thing you got a woman in there.
women. Every person, human can camp.
Whoa. You got to include all the.
Yeah.
It's just like a tent with just the roof.
It's like a sleeping
You don't
bag
have
with a
any
bit
walls.
more of an established roof, basically.
So it's just like a fucking what?
It's like
just a
it's like sarcophagus. Yeah. Like
Sarcophagus.
yeah. It's like nothing. Like it's a sleeping bag with a bit more of an established roof.
It's like a sarcophagus. Okay, don't you know? You should start using that word on your website. Like rooftop tents. It's like a sarcophagus on top of your truck.
I don't think you know what a sarcophagus is.
Like a coffin.
No, it's like the throat. Like when you swallow,
No, I
it
think you
enters your
guys.
sarcophagus.
The ancient Egyptians were
Isn't-
using bivy sacks
It
long
is a
before us.
sarcophagus like a stone.
Look up sarcophagus.
All right.
I
Like,
think-
No.
Oh yeah,
Bring it
no.
up. We got a guy.
Okay,
Oh,
guys,
God.
this is a big moment.
perfect
in
transition.
feeding off each other history.
We got a guy.
We have the ability to pull it up.
Oh my God, we should have
Pull
been doing
it
this the whole
up.
time.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at this. Look
Yeah.
at this human-shaped.
Hold on, who's talking right now? Is this another human in there?
Well,
You're not on mic. You can't talk.
Yeah. Hey, quit talking, you over there.
just pull up a picture of it. Pull up a
Yeah,
picture.
Yeah, do your job. He doesn't ask you to talk.
He just pulls up the full
Look at-
page
see?
of Google.
Look at this.
Okay, but you just said there was just a sort of a top.
No,
This
he
is
said
your-
it's a sleeping bag
I
with
said
a
it's
bit of a
sleep-
root.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly what it is.
Honestly, when I
Alright.
see that, I think camping in the chill cones in a bivy sack. I
Yeah.
think.
You sleep with your arms crossed, holding two
Yes.
religious instruments. You get buried with all your personal things.
Yeah, and your
It's a
favorite
thing.
cat.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Yeah, I'd say I actually have a friend who's like an ultra light hiker, and I'd say he does the most hardcore camping that I can think of because he has a jacket that doubles as his tent essentially.
No
And
way.
Yeah, it's
like Batman.
It's nuts.
that
like
it's designed for that.
yeah, it's designed for that, and
Wow.
then his backpack is like this big, and he did. I think it's called the Great Divide Trail or something
Ooh,
like that.
yes, bucket
It's
list.
huge,
Yeah.
yeah, and he did it solo, and
Oh,
and he would just like on the way you're hiking through like mountain ranges where there's nothing, and then you like drop down into a town and he'd have food shipped there, load up his stuff, and then carry on to the next town, and it's like a few 100 kilometers at a time.
how long did it take him?
I think he did the first half like 600 kilometers or something like that in like a week
What?
or like a week and a half or 2 weeks, or honestly
Pull
I
up
don't know.
the route to the Great
I'm kind
Divide.
of just making it up. I think I don't know how long it took him, honestly.
Well, on Pink Bike, those guys just did it, right?
Yeah, it was
And-
3 months.
Huh? What?
3 months
No.
of bike
No, it
packing.
was 1 month. 3 months.
3 months. Yeah, wasn't it?
I thought it was 1
No.
month. I thought it was 1 month, and then someone in the comments was like, "I did it solo. It took me 14 days. Way more efficient."
Right.
I don't know, it
Yeah.
was 3 months.
Yeah. I
Because didn't
think-
you tell me, "Hey, watch this video. It's 30 days in like a matter of 3 minutes."
Let me see. Yeah, I'll pull it up.
There it is. All right, so you're going through, what is that? Alberta. You start from in BC and go through Alberta.
No, that's into the States, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's correct. That's
Yeah.
like top of Alberta-ish to like Mexico, basically.
Making your way down Idaho,
Downtown.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, and then holy smokes, that's a long pedal.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, that seems like a death march.
Yeah.
That's on your bucket list, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to see?
Everything. It's like that, and like the West Coast Trail would be really cool
Mm.
to do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What is
Anyway,
the
Overlanding.
greatest adventure that you've been on, I guess? I assume it would be truck related, truck powered.
Yeah. I don't know if I have like a greatest adventure or something, but driving to Baja was a lot of fun
Mm.
with Ollie and Haley.
That was recently.
That was a few years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good time. First time like going into the desert and just being like, whoa, we can just drive anywhere. It was crazy. But that was really cool. Honestly, just like every trip going into the bush is good. I don't know. I don't have like a top tier one. Honestly, you can go to Haida Gwaii and it's sick. Like that's another one of my favorite spots to go. It's just so far to get there. You got to really commit. So that is the problem. I can't go there all the time, but it is rad. Like just driving on the beaches and like there's one beach you drive on and you come in one town, drive across a few rivers and stuff, and drive all the way up to the north end of the island and then over, and then you come into another town. And I think if you were like just pinned the whole time, you could probably do it in like an hour and a half. But usually you take like 6 hours or so and you stop in the middle and then the tide comes up and then it goes down and then you go again. But you don't see anybody. You're on the beach by yourself.
Is this kosher to be driving on the beach?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
Totally.
I saw some like negative comments on Pink Bike. Would you
yeah.
believe it?
Yeah.
You ever seen a negative comment on Pink Bike?
Yeah, I think the video that we did of our trip to Haida Gwaii was on Pink Bike and people were saying the
You
same
got
thing.
slammed.
But honestly, like it's an established route. There's like, what are you doing? You're just leaving tire marks on the road. And usually the people that are complaining about this stuff are the people that live in a city. And I'm just like, do you not realize that this city used to be a forest? Like it's just a giant slab of pavement now. And it used to be a forest, and us driving on the beach and leaving some tire marks is a problem. And also like, and then they're like, oh, the oil in the water and stuff. I'm like, yeah, all the same oil that would come off on the beach is coming off in droves in a city and just washing into the water anyways. It's all the same. Like, I don't get why people freak out about it, but
I don't think you'll win that argument ever.
What about the crabs?
yeah, you can just walk into the water and pick up a crab.
No, but I mean, what's your time?
What?
Yeah, that's how I grew up. I just grew up picking up crabs and we'd stick them in a pot right on the beach and eat them right there.
That sounds fun.
That
Yeah.
does sound nice. It sounds like a lovely place. We should go. Is there mountain biking there?
Not unless you build the trail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's maybe a couple trails. There's probably still jumps there in town from when I was, 12 years old.
You were biking there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
But like just whatever we built as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best way to start mountain biking.
Yeah. Yeah. As a kid.
So, can you describe your business a little bit for maybe those who don't quite understand what is exactly that you guys do at Overland Outfitters?
Yeah. We I don't know. What do we do?
I
I don't know. You're a customer. Maybe
Oh.
you have a better idea.
Well, you can't rent a rooftop tent. You could buy a rooftop tent. You could buy nearly anything you want to put onto your Toyota. I'm sure
Yeah.
some of that stuff will go on other cars too.
For sure. Yeah.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
weld stuff on cars.
Yeah.
What else you guys do? You guys will, man. I mean, you guys do a lot.
Yeah.
You guys will. I mean, you've done anything I pretty much ask you to do. You fix my brakes. You gave me a Viper cut.
Oh, yeah.
My-
The Pit Viper cut.
Mhm.
That's right.
The
Yeah.
pit Viper cut.
Worst haircut ever.
New wheels, new tires.
Yeah.
Suspension.
Yeah.
You guys do it all.
You basically just said it. Yeah. What we do. Just on Toyotas.
But you guys
Well-
also have a storefront.
Yeah. So, I mean, the storefront is like kind of just our customer facing area. There's store stuff. We have an online store as well. So, if we ship across Canada. Actually, this is like kind of a bit of a secret right now, but we just incorporated in the States.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, we're a
That's amazing.
multinational company now. Which
A
is
multinational? Nice.
2 nations.
Yeah.
Is that right?
How neat is that?
Is it more expensive to incorporate in the U.S.?
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's just as easy, if not easier. But yeah, so that's exciting. So we're gonna do a lot more online stuff in the States, and
Okay.
then yeah, we just basically sell truck parts.
Have you ever
Is it-
considered marketing with local podcasts and like sponsoring?
Yeah, do you have like
Yeah.
a lot of disposable
Yeah.
cash? Or?
Yeah, I mean, in this industry, you definitely get loaded quick. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe you should hit me up later for your
Perfect.
for your Honda.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is like this industry. If you want to get rich, like this is not the industry to be in.
Is it one of those like if you want $1 million, start with 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean it kind of segues into a good line of questioning into what sort of, if someone wants to do something like this or has ambitions or dreams, like what sort of pitfalls did you experience being a new business owner with your wife, Jenna?
As in like starting a business.
Yeah, like what hurdles did you have to overcome that you're like, what? I just want to work on trucks.
Yeah, I mean, starting a business, everybody said it was going to be hard, and then we did our first year, and it was just me and Jenna, and we were like, dude, this is easy. business is easy. What is everybody talking about? Like, we were telling all our friends, dude, you just started a business. You just started a business. You like pants? You can sew pants? Start a pants business. Like,
Shit, my pants.
yeah, it's
And
just
vacuums.
like, yeah. But then you get past that first year of kind of like everything's exciting and fresh and like you're just growing and like the only trajectory is up basically. And suddenly you hit this point where it's like, whoa, okay, like this is hard now. And then, you know, we did it. I think we did our first year and then we did our second year where we had 2 employees. We hired our first employee and then our second, and then we started the shop and stuff in our second year. And then COVID hit, and then it was just like one of the most insane things I've ever experienced in 2 years of just stress and chaos. But
People probably
Yeah.
went crazy buying stuff for the trucks, though.
dude, it was nuts. Yeah, that was the thing. Is like, it's unprecedented. I can't, like, this experience won't apply to anybody else because it was just such a unique time. But it was like nobody could travel. You couldn't go to the States. You couldn't fly away. So everybody's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna like build my truck and go into the bush. And I'm like, that's awesome. And so people were just buying stuff like crazy, but the supply chain was totally messed up. And so people were like fired up to get their stuff and whatever. And the lead times were like 6 to 12 months. And so it's like, and we were a brand new business. We didn't have enough people to be doing as much volume as we were getting. And it was just like, it was honestly the most stressful, worst time of my life. Those 2 years was like, I have PTSD from it, like legitimately. Started going counselor, like crazy. It was so gnarly. But yeah, I think you just have to keep fighting for the vision. I think as long as you have the vision very clearly in your mind and you have like, you know, you just keep goals, right? Like we have a big calendar that we just put in our kind of office that we just put our goals on, and we're like, okay, we're going to hit this goal by this time, this goal by this time, this goal. And then we just work through those goals. And every time we hit one, it's like, okay, we're like in a better place now. And then there was a time there for sure where it was just like, I'm just going to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. And
I think there was a few of those times.
yeah, well, I mean, one very long period of time.
About a year or so.
Yeah. But we made a deadline where we were like, okay, if we're not happy by this point, then we're giving up. And we got to that point, and we honestly never even thought about it until like, I think just like the other day, Jen and I were talking about it, and we're like, oh yeah, so I guess, are we happy? And it was, you know, it was just like things were better. Like, yeah, but it's a ton of work. I think it's like, I've heard before, like, start your own business, work half days, pick any 12 hours you like. Like, it's just like you're constantly working. And I don't think many people, like you guys, would understand. You know, you have your own business too, and you know how much work it takes to make it happen. But I don't think like people totally understand that haven't gone through it before. So you feel kind of lonely, you know? You feel like nobody gets what I'm going through, and so it's tough. But then you make friends like you guys, and you can talk about that kind of stuff, and
then you find out you actually have like a lot more in common.
Yeah,
and some of these things are
exactly.
related.
Yeah,
And even though we're in such different businesses, it's like there's a lot of parallels, a lot of crossover.
For sure, yeah. So I think finding that group of people that you can kind of talk to and lean on them a little bit, and they can lean on you, and you can support each other. I think that's really important. Yeah.
But what do you think about those who say don't marry your work? Because I've been thinking about that. I've been spending like the last like 3 weeks in here.
Yeah.
Thinking, what am I doing? I'm the only one in here. It's like all day. I'm like, I'm marrying my work.
Yeah, but the whole time you're just like, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it, right? It's gonna be worth it.
Like, people are gonna notice I'm doing this thing, right? But then I don't know. The truth is that it is the most fun thing for me to do in that moment. Like I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't rather do anything else in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's all sorts of different people. Like my dad is a crazy, everybody would call him a workaholic. Like he just like works all the time. If he's not working on his house or working on his business, somebody has like a car problem and he's fixing their car and like changing their engine in his driveway. And then, he's just like constantly working. And then he started a snow plowing business. And so then in the night he's snow plowing. It's like, dude, you need to take a break. And he's just like, other people have hobbies. My hobby is just working. And I think that that's okay. You just got to like balance. The balance.
It all comes back to that.
Yeah. I think as long as you like have the energy, I think if you enjoy it, I think that's fine.
Especially if they're
yeah.
project based, right? It sounds like your
Mhm.
dad's like, it's not one thing, right? He's shifting and moving. And
Yeah,
like, I
for
think
sure.
that helps sustain you is that you're doing different
things. Yeah,
Like
for
if you're
sure.
building this place, it's exciting because it's new
Yeah.
and fresh. And
Yeah, I feel like you definitely go through moments of like you just get fired up on a project for sure. It's like, oh, we got this new studio. Let's like just hammer time. And you just go for it and build it and you're just fired up. I think that's rad. And then in a year from now, you're like, oh, I hate this. I don't want to go in there anymore. Like,
Yeah. Soon comes.
Yeah. but what I always do is like when I walk into the store, a lot of time I'm just like, dude, I can't believe that we did this. Like you just have to kind of appreciate the effort you put in a little bit, you know? Not like in like a cocky way, like, oh yeah, I'm great. But just like, yeah, we put in a lot of effort and look what we have now. It's pretty cool. So
How many people are on your team now?
we have 11, including myself and Jenna. So 11 employees.
And what's the vision for the American incorporation? Are you gonna have storefronts too? If we
No,
can, if you guys have-
not in the immediate future.
Okay.
Not even in the midterm future.
Yeah.
Maybe not even in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe just in the past. Who
Yeah.
knows?
It's all online now anyway.
But yeah, the goal is just to be online, at least for now. So yeah.
So you're located in Cloverdale.
Mhm.
A small town, I guess. Is it a village? It's too small. It has to be called a village, right? What's your relationship with the city and the country? I guess because I mean, we had to convince you to come out here a little bit because it's out in the city. You got
Yeah, I definitely
you have the truck that the police have their eyes on. 'Cause
Yeah, definitely. That's the
He's a
thing.
wheel poke.
Yeah. Yeah, I try to avoid the city as much as possible. Just freaks me out. I'm just like, don't really want to. There's nothing for me here, you know?
There's mountain biking.
In
There's
the
us.
city? Nah, there's
I mean,
nothing
you got to
in
go
the
through the city to get to the mountain biking.
Yeah, but like, just,
As quickly as possible
as
through the
quickly
highway.
as possible. Yeah. I don't know. I felt like during COVID, a lot of people were like, oh, this is so hard on me. I'm stuck in my house and like, this is terrible. And for me, my life didn't even change, really. I just couldn't leave the country. But like for me, I would be at work and then I'd be in the shop working on my own stuff. Then I'd be at home and then I'd go camping or biking. It was like totally exactly the same as it always was. So for me, not so bad other than all the stress. But
I was gonna say.
you're the guy in like the zombie movie where you're like, oh shit, there's zombies? Like you didn't realize for like a month?
Yes. I always figured like if there was ever some sort of zombie apocalypse kind of thing, we would be super rich because we have all the stuff people need.
I don't
No.
think money really applies at that point.
No, well, that's what I mean is like because we would be rich in like the things people
Right.
need, right?
You'd
So
have-
we could trade and like
Yeah.
we would be set.
You've
be
thought about this.
Yeah, I have
Trading truck parts
Yeah.
for like bats with nails in them and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, all the camping survival gear that we
Yeah.
have and yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about this too. Like, well, what, you guys need a video? Yeah.
You guys are documenting the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something to document, right?
Yeah.
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 You're just looking for the after the zombie apocalypse is over and people want to relive it.
Yeah, you want that footage?
Yeah.
You want that licensing
Yeah.
footage?
Yeah, that's the angle.
Yeah. Here's your mom getting turned into a zombie.
Yeah.
I have the
Yeah.
But we'd have to go analog because there might not be electricity, so we'd have to go to film. and then
would do a crank.
Yeah, we can't back that up. We're gonna back that. I guess it's just rolls of film on the. Well, let's talk about this. We need like
Yeah,
another
we're going
business
down.
plan.
Yeah,
Okay,
you guys
okay.
shouldn't let all your secrets out right now.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up.
I watched that new Pamela Anderson documentary, and when she grew up young, her mother discouraged her from ever going to the mainland because it was scary. And she said there was like a line in the movie where her mom said, "You can't go to the mainland. Someone just got shot in Texas." It's just it made me realize like how scary the mainland is to people who live on the island or off the coast.
Yeah.
Like, did you have that at all?
Never like a fear, but definitely like a lack of respect. Even
And it
now,
still
you can go
continues.
there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can go there now, and if somebody's like, "Oh, where are you from?" You're like, "Oh, I'm from Vancouver." "Oh, you're from the city." Yeah, okay. And then got
Very tourist friendly.
Yeah.
right?
But yeah, it was always funny growing up because going on a trip, like we would call it off island. Oh, we're going off island. And then the first time I said that to somebody not from the island, they're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, sometimes I wonder when I'm driving around on Vancouver Island if there's something that I'm just doing, or the way that I look, or the way that my truck looks, that immediately people can identify. He's from the mainland. Like the way I drive or something. I don't know.
The way you drive.
I don't know. Like that. Maybe I'm not self-aware, and I just
I feel like
I
Vancouver
look like a city
Island.
slicker.
Yeah, Vancouver Island, I think you're fine. Vancouver Island's just extension of the city.
Right. Some
Yeah.
places.
It's the big
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah.
If you're a Haida Gwaii.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go to the Haida Gwaii, it's like everybody be like, "Oh, I've never seen that truck before." They'll instantly know that you're not from there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
the same like 20 trucks that have just been circulating there for the last 50
Yeah.
years. It's like going to Cuba, you know how all the vehicles are from like the 50s because
Yeah,
the trade embargo.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's why if you see like footage of like Havana, like all the like the cabs and stuff are like really old.
it's fun.
So you are up here.
I thought it was cool.
He said it was cool.
No, I was just like, I'm like, oh, there's a lull.
Hey,
got
being
fun
the
facts.
last person to
I
say
got-
something, everybody's just like,
Cool.
Boom. Roasted.
Smartest guy in the pod, right here. Yeah, you're up to your neck in work. You were overwhelmed with the amount you had going on, and then you decided to start a YouTube channel. Now
yeah,
you have a lofty goal of a bazillion subscribers in a year.
yeah.
Brazilian?
Bazillion,
Oh,
one
sorry.
bazillion.
Yeah.
Not Brazilian.
One Brazilian.
One Brazilian would be
subscriber.
great. Yeah,
It's a lofty goal, you know.
Yeah.
Down there.
Somebody from Brazil.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
yeah. My goal will be complete. I can just shut the channel down at that point.
Just
Yeah,
literally
one
delete it.
Brazilian.
Oh, Ronaldinho follows me.
Yeah, there's I think out of like, you know, just a want to like, you know, try and make you guys proud.
Oh, it was for about us.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just was like, you know, if I buy a camera, maybe they'll like me a little bit more, and then
yeah, that didn't come true. So
No.
then,
yeah.
you thought I better learn
Better
how
start
to
making
edit.
videos.
Yeah.
And then that didn't work. And you thought, well,
Yeah.
maybe I should upload to a platform such as
Yeah.
YouTube. And
If anything, we got threatened and it started this rivalry
Mhm. yes, you're only
coming
here.
to light.
We want to steal your secrets.
Yeah.
I guess this might be a pre-YouTube thing, but we wanted to bring up the trail boss,
The
who's
trail boss.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah.
What- Is this pre-YouTube?
This is pre-YouTube. It's like pre-Instagram Reels.
We're gonna watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, so we already had this character called the Trail Boss. It was a sensation.
Was it?
Now- Yeah, it was a sensation.
Mhm.
In all of Brazil. Yeah. One guy went crazy for it.
Rio
Still
de
hasn't.
Janeiro was buzzing.
And if you're listening, please consider subscribing to that one person. We're still learning how to pull that up.
He's trying to count us down, but he doesn't. He knows he can't talk.
People are always asking me, hey, trail boss, what do you run your air pressures at? Do you run them low in the snow? Do you run them low in the mall? Here's your answer right here.
This is great podcasting for those listening in the car, listening to us in
This is
silence.
stuff you can do when you own a truck shop.
Yeah.
So
God, you're crazy.
Jesus Christ. That's the best.
You should know by now, trail boss never airs up.
You're a menace to society.
You have a permit for that?
Yes.
Okay, what is it with those glasses? Like, everybody loves those glasses. Where did you find those?
Actually, Ollie found them.
Oh.
So
Ollie Jones, friend of
yeah,
the pod.
from the dollar store, they're like just like baby sunglasses, I guess. And actually, so what happened is there's like these stickers off of like a cheap like shady store kind of wheel, like truck wheel. it had these Trail Boss logos on them, and the customer that brought us these wheels was like, "These are stupid. I don't want them." So we just stuck them everywhere, and suddenly it became like the Trail Boss. And then we had this idea and just went for it. But yeah, kind of a.
You got more Trail Boss there?
Yeah.
A man who will not be named.
Oh, this is
man
the
or woman or human.
This is the original Trail Boss.
It reminds me of like it's like a Larry Enticer, but for trucks.
Yeah, are you gonna bring this guy back? When is he?
He's never left.
He's never left.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while. I want to see him come back. Okay, I want to see him come back. I want to see him do something big.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's got to get some airtime or something.
Yeah.
Oh yes. You don't need to count us down. Just play it. You know, once it starts playing, we know that it's playing.
Do I have to cut? Do I have to put a big lift on? Well, I'm going to show you right now. Let's get rid of these loser wheels.
Aggressive. Trail Boss. Aggressive.
This truck no longer exists, does it?
No.
It no longer exists.
There's the Trail Boss sticker there. Yeah.
Then you just send it.
Man, that reminds
Oh yeah.
Just turning that corner back, ripped two fenders off, like almost completely.
me. That pose.
That was a good pose.
Yeah. Oh, those are the Trail Boss stickers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so did these actually go somewhat viral?
That one, I would be driving around town and people would be like, "Yo, Trail Boss!" They would be like literally screaming at me, and I'd be like just randomly in the city, or I'd be like all over the place, and people were yelling at me, "Yo, Trail Boss!" And people would be like reposting, like they would see me driving around town, and they would like post on Instagram, "Saw Trail Boss," and like tag us in their story. I was like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Is this mostly in Cloverdale or where?
Everywhere, all over
okay.
the little, even like down the back roads and
That's
like just in
crazy.
the city. I was just down the road here actually, and somebody started talking to me about it. And I was just like,
No
"This
way.
is nuts."
You're
Yeah.
like, hold on, let me put on my glasses.
Yeah.
Wait, today or
No.
Oh, okay.
Like when I was more, doing them.
Oh yeah.
But
Why Trail Boss? Why'd you do this?
just like we were talking about before, like overlanding was just too serious.
Yeah.
And it was just like, everybody's like, "Oh, how do I fit a bigger tire on my truck?" And blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, just go for it. Like, do we need to like discuss this anymore? It's been done to death. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, just the character.
What's the most frequently asked question that you get?
I think it used to be like, what size tire can I fit with the 3-inch lift or with no lift or whatever? And I think that I've been working really hard to like answer that question in all the ways possible that people stop asking it. So we don't actually get that as much anymore. Or maybe like just because we have salespeople, I don't hear the questions as often. But yeah, that's definitely the biggest one for sure.
Well, I mean, how do you like? Because you go on these truck forums, like Toyota truck forums.
Yeah.
And that's the exact same. It's the same question over and over.
Yeah.
Is it ever going to end?
You sometimes wonder, like obviously everybody has asked the same question, but they're looking for a different answer. Obviously, like there's the only reason I can think of, unless they're completely dim-witted. So I don't really know. I think, just to answer the question for those of you who don't know, you can put whatever size tire you want. You just have to cut more. Lift doesn't matter. Yeah. So as much as you want to cut, that's what'll fit.
There you go, folks. You heard it from the Trail Boss.
Yeah.
When's the next Trail Boss video coming out?
We've had a few ideas, but I did actually start a Trail Boss Instagram, but it's more, I'm kind of just using it as like a bit of a personal one, but documenting the truck build I'm doing on there. But yeah, other than that, I think we have a few ideas. We always have ideas and then we never do them.
Same.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes.
The best thing to do with ideas.
Yeah, it's just like
Just think
keep
of
as
them.
ideas. Yeah,
Let them
Put 'em on
go.
the shelf. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah.
So when you're working in a shop, a lot can go wrong. What's your relationship with Murphy's Law?
If it can go wrong, it will go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say fact. Yeah, we've
I asked this because I feel like most times I chat with you, which is, we chat like once a month, twice a month, something like that.
Mhm.
It seems like in the last couple of years, you've had something go terribly wrong every time. Not to say that you guys don't do amazing work, and but it's
here's the thing: is like every shop owner, every business owner, maybe even like wants to try and minimize that and be like, oh yeah, we'd never make mistakes and nothing ever goes wrong and everything's perfect all the time, and like that's how you market yourself. But it's just not reality. And I think like if people don't realize that that's not reality, they're delusional. Like it doesn't even matter if you're building trucks. It could be anything. Like even you guys making, having a set or whatever and nothing works out and nobody's timed right or, whatever.
Don't relate.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We're perfect.
Yeah. You guys are perfect. Yeah. It makes sense. But maybe it is just me. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, we've had tons of things go wrong.
There's a little, maybe it is just you.
It
Bad
could
luck
be.
does seem to follow you sometimes.
be.
Let's talk about that trip to the Vancouver Island we took one time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the chain of events?
Our trip.
Yeah.
What? No, maybe I blocked it out of my memory.
Okay, well, there was two things that I can remember off the top of my head. You said, I don't want to ride your e-bike.
That's
I might
true.
wreck it.
Yeah,
and I
I
said,
do
don't
remember
worry
that.
about it, dude. It's fine.
And then
you
I
hit
broke
one
the
trail.
wheel. Yeah.
You blew up the wheel.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Steve Smith bike park and we rode hardtails.
Yeah.
And then did you crash?
Did I crash?
Or was that someone else? Maybe that was someone else.
I mean, it's very likely
It's very
that
likely.
I crashed. Yeah.
Oh, was this when you drank a bee?
Yes.
Oh, that's
spoiler
what it
alert.
was.
Spoiler
That's
alert.
what it was.
And
That's
then,
true.
okay.
Yeah.
So basically, I may have missed a couple things, but so much stuff had been going wrong for you. And like, I knew business was tough, and, but we were just out there chilling, right?
Yeah.
Just having
Yeah.
a good time, watching movies in the hammock.
Yeah.
And I just thought at a certain point, like, God damn, this guy can't catch a break. Like, let's just go ride some bikes. And then you have a San Pellegrino, you take a sip, boom, there's a bee in it, stings your lip, and it is
Dude.
like
Extra fizzy.
Yeah, dude. That's exactly what I thought. I was like, man, this is an extra spicy one. It's just like, dang, it was the wasp.
And it
just
got
me.
you good.
Oh, yeah.
And
My
then-
lip was like,
it just broke you, and you were like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go home. And they drop you off at the ferry alone. So sad.
and then I bought like a big iced tea. I was just sticking my lip and my tongue in it the whole ferry ride home.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, that was a memory for sure.
Don't they say like bad things happen in threes?
No, in bees.
In
Yeah.
bees?
Yeah.
So that was three bad things. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, it was all uphill from there.
Yeah. As soon as I got home. Yeah. Maybe it's just you.
Yeah,
Wait.
maybe it is. Maybe I am the common
All
denominator.
uphill as in good, or is it
Yeah.
downhill?
Which
is
geez,
good?
I don't know. All flat line from there.
Yeah,
That's
as
not
a
good
mountain
either.
biker, I was always like, the uphill is the worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
All uphill from here
Yeah,
is
that's-
that's the worst.
It sounds like an effort.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
You got to go
struggling.
up the hill.
Yeah,
I want to go down.
yeah, exactly.
Flat.
It's all
Is this good?
mellow.
This progress?
Oh, no.
It's all just like nice little dips that you
Yeah.
know.
Okay. So
Get
from
to
then
it.
on, it was all nice little dips up and down from there.
I think we'll get T-shirts made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little dips.
What?
Little dips.
Little dips. Little dip. It's my rap name.
Can you talk about the little fire that you had in the truck?
That is one that I never wanted to talk about.
Maybe we should ask about
But don't forget.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens, right? And that's kind of all there is to that. Yeah. Yeah, we had a little fire. Actually, we've had two little fires in our shop. And one was like a customer brought in a vehicle, and I told him when he brought it in, I was like, dude, your truck is going to light on fire. And he was like, well, can you fix it? And so I brought it to my shop. And sure enough, as soon as I went to fix it, it lit on fire in my shop. And I just like grabbed the cables and ripped them out by hand, like burnt my whole hand. Like it was gnarly. I was just like, yeah, it was insane. And then
This is why you don't bring a Honda into the Toyota shop, Dave, okay?
Was it? It was an electrical fire.
Electrical fire,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
It was in a Jeep actually, and they had just left the battery under the seat, and so there's like this dual battery setup you can do, and basically instead of doing it right, he just left the second battery in the back seat, not strapped down, just laying there, and then used jumper cables to attach the batteries together, which are not rated for any sort of anything like that. And as soon as I told him, I was like, dude, this is going to short. And then when I went to open the engine bay, like that main battery was also loose and there's all this stuff and it ended up shorting and it lit them. Like there's where those cables were, all the coating on them was just completely gone. It was just bare copper the whole way. And I had to just literally rip it with my hands to stop the fire before it burned his whole truck to the ground.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was nuts. And yeah, I was by myself at the time and I just went into the parking lot while the shop was like literally a wall of smoke and just like sat in the parking lot, just like almost in tears, like, holy shit, I almost like burned this guy's truck to the ground. But it wasn't even my fault. But you know, you just take ownership. It's in your shop, it's your problem. So yeah, that's
What's your fire extinguisher situation in there?
up to code.
Cool.
Yeah, I just bought one. I just bought the biggest one I could find.
Yeah.
Is that proper protocol?
I think you're supposed to have them within a certain amount of distance, and they're supposed to be near entrances and exits or something.
Well, I got one right here because I knew you were coming. So
That was the biggest one you could find?
no, this is the one that came with the place. The big one.
Yeah.
The big one's
That's
by
That
the
one like
biggest
goes on a keychain.
Yeah.
Well, sorry for making you relive the fire.
Yeah.
What I mean, that wasn't even the one that I was wondering about.
Yeah.
But we won't make you relive the other one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know.
But we do have a bee for you to drink.
I prefer that, honestly.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Bees.
So, I feel like we haven't even talked about like trucks. Like, have we talked about trucks? Have we talked about like
What do you mean?
doing
All we've
stuff?
talked about is trucks.
Have we
Yeah.
talked about like, you know, like people who have a stock truck right now and they're like, well, I want to do something cool. What should I do? What's the cool first thing?
First thing is just to go and drive it, in my opinion. I don't know. It's not good advice as a business owner, but it's like good advice just in general. Is like go and use it and figure out where you want to go and what you want to do. And then, you know, as you figure that out, you're like, oh, my truck is limited here. Oh, I can upgrade that. Well, maybe the tires, or maybe, you know, I'm driving and all my fillings came out. I'll upgrade the suspension, or I want to go here and I can't because, you know, it's too difficult. So I'll put a locker in, you know, whatever. It's just like go and do it. And the things that for you are important will present themselves. So I'd say, yeah, just go and do it. For me, my personal rule used to be, it's not really anymore because I've just taken things way too far. But the rule is always like, if you find yourself limited 3 times because you didn't have something, then you should have that thing. But
It's a good
that's
life
just me.
rule.
Yeah, I like that.
Mhm.
Like not even just vehicles.
Yeah. So that's my advice for everybody. But also just come buy everything from our store. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
This is not conducive to business, I guess. This question.
Yeah.
Okay, well, leaning into that, like, what are some common things that you see people buying as like the first thing, or one of the first things that they just don't need?
Yeah, I'd say like winches is a big one.
Mm,
Where people like will buy the front bumper and the winch because they want the look.
yeah.
But the reality is like they don't know how to use it and they will probably never use it. But you know, it's there.
Can you
In
cancel my
case.
winch order?
I'll take it. Actually.
Which one?
Yeah. The straight face is good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say winches and just like, I don't know, there's so much stuff to make fun of. Everything that you can make fun of is probably unnecessary. So, yeah.
What's with those guys who put like badges on their roofs? Like they got the kind of fabric ceiling in their truck and they just fill it with badges. Do you do that?
I don't do that. Usually, I mean, I get into a lot of customers' vehicles and I'm a bit taller, you know, and Toyotas are a little bit short, and I often get badges stuck on my head.
No
I'm like,
way.
this one here, right? But I don't know what's up with it.
I think it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I think it's just
Do they pick them up from national parks or?
What
Just-
like a cloth badge? Sorry.
they're
I
like,
don't know what this is.
You know, like just like a badge that you stick
Like a
on your
patch.
backpack.
Oh,
A
like
patch,
a Boy Scout.
patch,
A
yeah,
Boy Scout
yeah.
patch.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
usually they're Velcro or whatever, and you can stick them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, have you
Okay.
seen that? Like
Nope,
the
I've never
ceiling
seen
just covered with badges.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Or, I keep
That's
calling
cool.
them badges.
Yeah, patches.
Whatever,
It's-
yeah.
I'd say like Overland patches on the roof is like a big trend. I think
Pull it up, guy.
I think it actually originated from doing like the military. Because
Okay,
they'd
it's a
have like their
military thing.
flags on
Mhm.
their shoulders and stuff, then they put them on the roof, and then suddenly it's like, oh, this cool company that I rock their stuff, I have their patch, and then you know it just grows, and then I can get the park one, and I don't know. I think it's just like a sticker collection.
So people put them on
Incredible.
the ceiling above themselves?
Yeah, like
Okay.
that.
There you go.
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so,
see. Good
yeah.
job.
Yeah, so that's definitely a big thing in overlanding. for
I
sure.
actually like that because
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
cool.
really want to put stickers on the outside of my,
Mhm.
outside of my car.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
actually very proud to be the only sticker on your car.
Yeah. Are you still? I think you're the only sticker. Yeah.
Well,
Do you?
yeah,
By the way,
that's
do you know the best way to remove a sticker?
yeah,
Like a
Don't
razor
put-
blade or Goo Gone or what?
I heard that clear coat does really good.
Okay. All right, I'll try that.
It's like an really relatively unknown fact.
You know, have you heard of steel wool?
Yeah.
What?
That's the opposite of the joke he was saying. Smartest guy on the pod.
I kind of like the patch
I'm
thing
confused.
because you can just remove them and stop
Yeah.
permanent, and then no one can really see it. I guess.
Yeah, because you have a
know?
lot of commitment issues.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I could commit to like one or two patches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just take them off. Oh, these guys suck now.
What are
Yeah.
some other trends that you always see that you're just like kind of like cringe trends? Not that that is. You can do that. Okay.
Yeah. And also, if it means like it's about a product at your store, still buy the product. I guess. Right. This is putting you in a weird
Oh.
position.
No, yeah, whatever. I make fun of people all the time. It's all good.
Okay. Good. Good.
I think, what's a good one? Like, just like, I think just bolting random stuff to your truck, right? Like, people will have like rakes and like, well, that's a bit of a joke, but like they'll have everything bolted to the side. They have the high lift. I love when people have the high lift and they don't actually have anywhere on their vehicle that they could use the high lift.
That's like a jack stand, like a jack.
It's like a
for-
really scary jack. Yeah.
where you would jack your truck way up
Yeah.
if you have big tires.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And yeah, they're known for like being super tippy. It's like one leg like this, and you're always in a weird situation, and then it can fall over, and the vehicle falls on you, or the handle. The most common thing is the handle comes up and breaks
Look up
your
that
jaw.
high lift thing. Look it up.
Yeah,
Bring up the high lift.
I'm sure there's probably videos of like high lifts going crazy because if you like
Oh.
lose control, it will just start doing this, and like it'll break bones. It's crazy.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I think
Yeah.
we got to look up like high lift fails.
Yeah, it's they're a scary tool. They're very, very useful, but you have to know how to use it. And I don't think most people that buy them have ever used one. So, yeah, I'd say probably not the best way to go anymore. But
All right.
Okay, what we have is a high lift jack.
What's going on? Oh,
Now,
he's
high lift jacks can only be used.
Okay, so
on
he's
the front of the
jacking up
car
the
where spot
front
is
yeah,
bumper.
so you need
The
like
high
a
lift.
bumper or like sliders or some sort of like strong metal thing to jack off of.
What?
Whoa!
Timestamp that. Delete that. Delete that and the vacuum pants joke or something.
Yeah, you have to make sure you have something really hard to jack off. Yeah.
Can you
Okay,
jack
understood.
off your frame?
Yeah, but yeah, they're just super tippy and they can come loose and just go crazy.
I'm so
You know, watching
anxious.
this old man jack off isn't
Yeah,
actually
dear
as entertaining
God.
as I thought it would
Yeah.
be.
I know I'm nowhere near finishing at this point.
Now, I'll just put it into the release.
Hey, producer
Yeah.
man, you have any more
Yeah.
videos of fails? Because this isn't a fail. This is a.
This is just an old man jacking off.
Is it?
Ready?
No. I think it's gonna
There
happen.
you go.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
what happens.
Oh.
Oh.
And there's quite a lot of force there, and yeah,
So you can
people
see
break
three
jaws
big
and
hits
wrists all the
from
time.
that.
I saw you nearly break your jaw on my truck.
Knockouts. You do know
Oh, that's right. Yeah, documented in the video.
Yeah, I captured that.
can be hazardous.
Yeah, just like bolt breaks loose and just punch yourself in the face. You know, the usual.
All the suggested
Hazards.
videos were yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We did just reach the biggest subscriber goal that you can reach. 6969.
No way.
Wow.
Thank you.
Congrats.
I even got the opportunity. I saw it and screenshotted it.
Yeah, you got
Amazing.
It wasn't like we just passed it. I actually saw it. I witnessed. Yeah, it was nice.
It's gone.
So other than getting 420, 6969, what's the goal with the YouTube channel? Like, you see a lot of YouTubers with shops
Yeah.
doing this type of content.
Yeah, I think the goal is the same as every other person. It's just to get loaded.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just
When you say that, it sounds to me like drinking, like getting loaded.
Yeah.
I've been listening to the Steve-O podcast too much. He always says like getting loaded.
see, it's a double entendre because what happens is you try to get loaded, and what you end up doing is just getting wasted.
Loaded.
Yeah.
Oh, getting wasted.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was just like another way to market, really, and also like hanging with you guys. Like I actually got really into camera stuff.
Yeah, you're
Like,
good at it.
Well, thank you. I don't. Yeah, everything I learned is from you guys. So
Everything.
and Ollie. Yeah,
Some trucks, windshields.
yeah, all of it. Yeah.
Jacking off.
So yeah, the YouTube is just like an extension of like my hobby of video making, along with like, okay, like we can maybe grow the business a little bit with that too, and also like maybe eventually it turns into something. Who knows?
Well, it's kind of cool too, right? Because you're documenting your truck that's in a million tiny pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna be able to watch that in 10 years when your truck is hopefully in one piece, and you can be like, well, look what it started as, and there's this like little memory bank.
Yeah, and I can just look at it and be like, well, that was a mistake. Oh, why did I do that? Yeah.
Fire starts there. Yeah, got that.
But no, it's cool. I've been enjoying it. It's just a lot of work. I think you guys know, like videos are way more work than people think. And
Yeah, man, you pump out a lot of videos, and it makes me, it motivates me because I'm like, oh shit, well, if Brady has the time to do it, we should be able to put out a video.
I definitely don't feel like I have the time, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you're working those over hours.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'll come home from work and edit for a few hours and then spend weekend. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but that's what we were talking about, right? The grind.
Yeah.
Hopefully it
Marrying
pays
your
off
work.
eventually. Yeah. But
Well, it's been
Yeah.
fun to, I don't know, just chat and bounce off ideas because
Mm.
sometimes, sharing whatever I've learned helps reinforce, hopefully not the things that are not true, like reinforcing like bad, advice. Hopefully
Yeah.
I'm not doing that for myself.
yeah.
But you had, had a successful video recently, and it was,
Yeah.
what was the title?
Yeah, I don't even know what the
Things
title
not
was.
to buy
Yeah,
for your
five,
Toyota or
five
something?
things not to buy. I feel like this is a recurring theme on this thing that I'm just like, don't do all this stuff. Don't pay us for anything.
Well, people don't want to get, they don't want to be like
Yeah.
cheated. They want to.
Yeah,
And you're a straight shooter, so they appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah,
You're a
I
real
guess.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was our biggest one. Is like, don't buy these 5 things for your truck or whatever, and just save your money. And it definitely, for us at least, blew up, like on our relative scale of blowing up. And it's pretty cool. And like we were just down in the States at an event called King of the Hammers, and somebody came up to me like, yo, I follow you guys on YouTube. And I was like blown away. I was like, this
That's
is
great.
nuts. Yeah, it was really cool. But it's like, how do you recapture that kind of magic? I didn't even think the video was that good, honestly, but
That's about how it works.
yeah.
How do you feel about when people recognize you, whether it's Trail Boss or through YouTube channel or whatever? Like, do you like it? Because you're a country pumpkin. You're not a city slicker, right?
Pumpkin.
Yeah.
You don't like the attention.
Pumpkin?
I say that I
Country
don't.
pumpkin.
I say that I don't like it. I think a lot of cool people don't like it, but then reality is like deep down, it's like you feel kind of good. Like, yeah,
Well, I think
I made it.
it feels good.
Put on your glasses.
Yeah,
Like you're getting positive reinforcement for something you worked really hard on.
yeah,
How's that not going to feel good?
yeah. That's true. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not about the popularity. It's about being like the recognition for the work. You know?
And a bit about the popularity.
Yeah. I mean,
You getting those
I didn't want to
getting
say
those
it.
restaurant
Yeah.
reservations right here, Trail
Yeah.
Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Boss, please come in.
Yeah.
And he runs right into the wine wall because he's got his glasses on and he can't see.
Yeah, definitely can't see in those things. Yeah.
Something we haven't touched on yet. Have we talked about trucks enough, guys? I falsely said that we hadn't talked about trucks. It's true. What I meant was we didn't talked about.
I don't even
Right.
talk about trucks this much at my job.
Yeah. You're a mountain biker. You're a talented mountain biker, and that's how we've spent a lot of time together as well.
Yeah.
How did you get into that community?
Just by
Riding bikes?
riding bikes. Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah. Just growing up, like every little kid's thing is like the bike is like freedom, right? So got really into biking. I mean, we couldn't drive anywhere at home like when we were kids, but you could bike everywhere. So yeah, we explored all over the place, and then you have the adrenaline side, and then you want to jump it, and then suddenly you're riding mountain bikes down mountains.
Yeah, because you were saying you had jumps that probably would still be there if we
Oh yeah, 100% they would be there for that
Just
I built.
kind of
Yeah. Just
covered
in the
weeds.
middle of town, covered in weeds, there'd be the jump with the landing for sure. Yeah.
So was your first exposure to mountain biking dirt jumping then, or?
No, I wish it was. But yeah, honestly, it was just like whatever we built as kids. So like sketchy jumps on the street to like getting bigger and bigger to like building crazy drops off of sand cliffs or whatever, and just like whatever we could find and felt brave enough to do. Yeah, there was no actual trails. That wasn't a thing. It was more like the era of like New World Disorder, like building skinnies in the trees and like dropping off big things was kind of the MO for sure. So when I came down here, and like I think the first time I like actually mountain biked, I got to go to Whistler Bike Park, and like my mind was blown. I was like, whoa, there's like more than one feature. Yeah, it was awesome.
When would that have been? First trip to Whistler?
Yeah, that's a good question. I probably was like 15, maybe 16.
That means nothing to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like your age.
Okay.
I don't know, or mid 2000.
In 2000, but I always just think what was in the boneyard when
Yeah,
I think of
a
like
kokanee box.
Yeah,
Probably.
the boneyard had the drop that Bear Claw 360'd,
Okay.
like in the trees there.
That helps.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was like it, and then I just was here biking. I don't even know how it all happened, honestly. Just life.
Any other sports?
Yeah, I play a lot of sports. I snowboard. I used to do a lot more, but my body has deteriorated, so
Yeah.
not as much anymore. But yeah, definitely I'd like to climb, like bouldering and stuff. And
That string of bad luck has followed you on the bike a couple times. Hey,
yeah.
is that crash on? Don't know where it is.
Which crash?
The
We need
one
more
where you
detail.
broke your leg? Was it you broke your leg?
Yeah, I broke my leg at one point along with 4 other bones at the same time simultaneously.
You showed me a video. Is it online?
It is on Instagram.
Oh, man.
But you would have to scroll for ages to find it.
We got time.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm very confident on like steep, gnarly rock stuff, like shore kind of riding.
Yeah.
Very confident. I rarely ever crash on that kind of stuff. Like I'm totally.
I've seen
cool
it.
with
You're a killer.
And then there's a jump, and for some reason, like half the time I can hit a jump and it's great, and then the other half the time I hit a jump and I explode.
What is it about the airtime?
I don't know.
Your balance
Like,
off? Does it come back to balance?
Yeah,
again?
I think that might be it. Yeah, it's the whole balance thing.
We saw that in the video from Savinaw last year.
my
That's
God.
right.
When you hit
Yeah.
that step down
Exactly.
and nearly killed Cass.
We
and I.
actually missed the moment. We missed the crash.
Yeah.
I saw it.
You saw it in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just don't have the consistency. Maybe I just don't have the confidence. I don't know.
No, you have
Yeah,
confidence.
you have
You
confidence.
just send it, and
Yeah.
I guess
Okay, maybe I just don't have the smarts. I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's balance. I think we've come full circle. It's maybe some
Yeah.
sort of balance thing.
Yeah. Who knows? Like I've hit some big jumps, Like I've hit some
For sure.
pretty big ones, and it's great. And I can do a tabletop and suicide no handers
Can
and like,
backflip. See
I-
backflip.
Yeah.
I did one backflip, and
Which blew my mind.
and then literally the next time I like, "Whoa!" So I don't know what to say about it. I'm trying to figure it out myself.
Which Instagram is the crash on?
It's on the Overland one, but it's deep. You got to go deep. I don't know if
Good
you'll find
luck.
it.
You also you broke your leg and 4 other bones.
Yeah, I broke my collarbone. I broke my wrist. I broke my leg, and then I broke.
Your femur?
No, just
Did-
a little one. You know, just
Fib.
yeah, whatever one of those. The non-important one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of.
And you're back.
That was more recently.
Yeah.
Broke my back.
How did you break that again? What crash was that?
Just another jumping fail.
Really?
Yeah. Where? On Seymour here.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Did you know right away that you broke your back, or did you walk out of there, ride out of there?
Yeah, it's just like whatever the Mike Tyson quote is, spinal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I laid on the ground winded for a while, and then I was pretty wrecked after that one. That was a heavy one for sure.
How did you land, on your head or?
I think what happened is like I cased the jump and then like flipped over the bars and like landed backwards into the berm.
Oh.
So like upside down, back first, berm,
Mm.
and just like folded. And
Jeez.
yeah, that was my most recent big crash.
And did you ride out?
Rode out. Yeah.
You rode out.
What a trail boss.
Yeah, trail boss in 2 ways.
Holy.
What
Yeah.
did you break?
I broke L4 or L3.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Around that area.
You're a doctor, right?
Ah,
Yes.
yes. Mm.
Well, it wasn't like super bad, honestly. It was just like painful. But those little things that stick out of this, I don't know. I'm supposed to know all this stuff.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
You know, the thing,
Your truck.
the thing it broke, whatever.
Oh god. And how's it treating you now?
The vertebrae are okay. The discs, I've been struggling with disc problems in my back for a long time, so that's kind of where I'm at. Herniated disc.
So, can we go mountain biking together or what?
Yeah, we can.
Right now?
Well, it's pretty snowy,
We should go skiing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
Tobogganing.
I actually had originally planned to bring my bike out when I came here.
Yeah.
Go for a ride after.
Yeah,
but-
that would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been. But whatever. It's all good.
Did you find the video?
You're never gonna find it. Yeah,
Whatever.
I'm looking too. I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You just see fuzz right now.
Yeah.
It's just like all like
Trucks. Yeah. What a
and
surprise.
Tents.
What? Yeah, let's watch one more Trail Boss, and then maybe we
This or that.
hit the this or that.
Oh, this
So I
one's
get
hot
asked
as fuck.
all the time, hey, Trail Boss, how do I get more departure angle? I keep dragging my bumper on the ground. Well, I'm going to show you right now. Let's get rid of this loser bumper.
Dear God.
I love the fast edits.
Oh, what are you doing to my truck, man? Are you serious? My bumper? What are you doing?
The neighbors must love you.
Trail Boss. Bosh.
Yeah, for the audio only people, we just watched Brady Trail Boss rip off a rear bumper off another Tacoma
Yeah.
with your Tacoma.
That's right. Yeah, Tacoma on Tacoma.
It's a hate crime right there.
It's so funny because this is like not. It's like the opposite of your personality. Like super loud and obnoxious and silly.
Yeah.
I'm just pleased knowing that that's there somewhere inside you. That makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's it's got to have an avenue to escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should definitely find the right time and place to put you in a ridiculous scenario and
I'm
you know,
down.
get Trail Boss.
We still
on
got
camera.
bumpers on our vehicles.
Yeah.
You rip them right off.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you still have bumpers? I was outside.
Oh,
Nah. just earlier.
He's like, I already got 2 more videos
Yeah.
in the can.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Should we jump into it? Is it time?
Yeah. How
Yeah.
long have we been going for? Almost
Oh
2
my
hours. You know,
goodness.
the thing is now, because of this new setup, we bought a memory card, essentially. For the last 30 podcasts, we were capped at like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Now we could go forever. We could do
Yeah.
a 4-hour special.
I don't know who's going to want to listen to me for that long, but if you're still here,
I don't-
congratulations.
The real chuthers.
One
Yeah.
Brazilian out there.
Yeah.
One Brazilian chother.
Please comment.
Comment section's blowing up. You know, it's forget it. Let's play this or that.
Are you
All
gonna
right.
do it?
I can do the music.
I'll do the music.
Okay, I can do the this or that. All
This
right.
guy's got the music this week.
You
huh?
ready? So have you played the game this or that?
Wait,
Thanks,
shit,
Dave.
That's loud.
I'm so sorry. I fucked up.
Great. You shut up. Have you played this or that?
I've not. No.
It is the game where there is one question, 2 answers, this or that. You have to pick one. We're gonna go through them rapid fire and.
Wait, what happened to the intro where we all go this or
I
that?
don't know.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Whatever happened to that?
You guys ready for it?
Are we doing it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Are you ready to play
This or that? Wow.
Start the music,
That was
Dave. We're
so
dropping
natural.
in.
I don't think that's what the intro was. I thought
No,
had,
it
like,
wasn't.
a
It
whole-
wasn't. There was more. I don't know what the hell it is.
That's okay.
It's fine.
Here comes the music.
Question 1: Haida Gwaii or California Baja?
Baja.
Tacoma or Forerunner?
Tacoma.
Tacoma or Tundra?
Tundra.
Automatic or manual?
Manual.
Overinflated tires or underinflated?
Underinflated.
Welded or bolted together?
Welded.
Rock crawling or dune blasting?
Dune blasting.
Suspension spacers or lower control arm armor?
Lower control arm armor.
That's a cow's question, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Getting stuck in the mud or getting stuck in the snow?
Snow.
Late nights or early mornings?
Late nights.
Camping on the coast or up a mountain?
Coast.
Formula 1 or Baja 1000?
Baja 1000.
Toque or hat?
Toque.
Changing a tire or getting changed by a tire?
This was mine.
How? What is that?
You have to pick one.
Getting changed by a tire?
Good answer.
Yeah.
Filming or editing?
Filming. Yeah.
All terrains or mud terrains?
I'm gonna go all terrains.
Taco Bell or Taco Fino?
Taco Bell.
Oh.
Gross. Solid
Delicious.
axle or independent front
Well, hold on.
suspension?
What? Solid ass. What?
What?
Solid axle or
Okay.
independent front suspension?
I got the solid asshole
Yeah,
too.
it's solid asshole. Solid asshole or loose asshole.
Just when it's sealed over. I'm sorry.
Can you bolt that? Can you weld that for me?
I'm gonna go independent front suspension. Yeah.
Wet and muddy roads or loose and dusty?
Loose and dusty.
VI or flat tire?
Flat tire.
What's a VI? Vehicle inspection?
Yeah. Camper or rooftop tent?
Rooftop tent.
V8 or V10?
V8.
And finally, mountain biking or overlanding?
Mountain biking.
Wow.
Wow, I saw your lips. And that was
Wow.
another round of this or that.
This or that.
Good job. You did. There's some toughies in there.
Yeah.
You're sweating. There's a bead of sweat coming off your brow right now.
Honestly, I am.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's grease. Never
Oh,
mind.
so yeah, sorry. Little smear here.
Wait, I want to add a few more. Can we add post game? Okay.
Mhm.
Tent on the floor camping or hammock camping?
I'll go hammock.
Okay. That
was it.
concludes my
That was
question.
it.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I'll add a few more here. Real hard balls.
That's all I need from you.
I got a new
Scott.
segment here.
Yeah.
One question.
Yeah, you guys have any more questions for Brady I can answer for him or?
No.
No.
Well, this has been Feeding Off Each Other, the #1 feeding off each other podcast in the world.
And in
Believe it or
Brazil.
not. Believe it or not. Yeah. Do you feel well fed?
I feel so well fed.
Oh, good. That's good.
I am as full as can be.
Good.
Love you guys.
I love you too, man. You're like I said earlier, you're a real dude. You're a straight shooter. You say it like it is. And even though you're a business owner, you tell people what they should be spending their money on and what they shouldn't be on. You're not really too concerned. So you put your integrity first, which I really respect.
It's how you have longevity.
That's good. That's good. That's what we're going for.
Just
Yeah.
don't drink any San Pellegrinos around me.
No.
All right. Well, thanks, Brady.
Thank you for
enjoy
having
your
me.
long drive back to Cloverdale.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like outside.
It's practically the
Yeah.
bush for us city slickers.
Yeah.
Practically.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's
Yeah,
a good time.
and visit Overland Outfitters storefront in Cloverdale if you're in town, or order shit online.
Perfect.
Or
Or
I'm just I'm
watch their
promoting for you.
videos.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
usually we ask people, what do you have to promote? And they go, nothing.
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 Yeah, nothing.
Overland Outfitters on YouTube, Overland
Mhm.
Outfitters on
Instagram.
on Instagram, Trail Boss, hashtag Trail Boss,
Nexopia,
Nexopia.
MSN.
If you know what Nexopia is, give this podcast a thumbs up and review our podcast. Yeah. What do we ask people to do at this part? Review the podcast.
like
Review
review
the
it,
podcast.
subscribe.
Call in for a speak pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you called in yet, Brady, to our podcast? Will you leave us a message one day?
I can leave you a message.
Yeah, lay us
Okay.
some pipe.
You just go to speakpipe.com/feeding off each other, and you just hit a button and hold it and talk into your phone, and that's it.
You don't even have
Okay.
to hold it.
Don't
Oh,
even have to hold it.
Oh, do you have to sign up for anything?
No.
Yeah.
very low barrier to entry.
It's so easy.
When I did it for the Christmas pod, I was
Mhm.
amazed at how easy it was.
Yeah, it's a great
Jason's
service.
message was incredible.
Yeah, you got to one up that one.
That was incredible.
How do I hear the old message?
You gotta watch the
Christmas
pod.
special.
Okay,
He was
okay,
sick,
okay.
and yeah, he had a whole. Yeah, it was
super sick.
All
it
right.
was amazing, super sick. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.
And as always,
Yum, yum,
Um,
yum, 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 yum. We love each other.
Thank you for listening to Feeding Off Each Other. Please subscribe for more great podcasts.